following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
Okay, we should find some lodgings to stay at, and then we can discuss where we go from there. I wonder if they got a map of their town. That'd be handy.
Well, first let's pile off the train and
Time
meet
to
the locals.
disembark. Welcome to Arkham. Last stop.
Get my stuff. Get ready to disembark.
Let's go.
The air is humid and damp. The day had clearly been quite warm. Rain patters everywhere. Fortunately, there is a lovely orned roof with the ironwork scrolling around the edges that just looks fancy, doesn't really add anything to anything. You pass through the station and out into the street, where you see horse-drawn carriages and very old vintage motor cars. People walk around. They definitely notice your arrival.
Welcome to the world of yesterday.
That rain feels good, though. Don't get a lot of that back home.
Yeah, despite it still being kind of muggy.
Cool. 23, so... 23 to look for, like, signs that say hotel or motel or anything. Vacancy.
Sure, yep. Yes, indeed. Motels there shall be. What motels there should be? Near the rail yard. Sorry, near the rail yard. The most likely place that has a big sign out front that says hotel and vacancy. And that would be the Hangman.
Somewhat morbid.
You want to try on here?
That seems good, but should we report in to like the federal building since we're government employees arriving? Just
This time of night they sure be closed.
We did that first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be proper for them to be open any later.
Wouldn't want to make a nuisance of ourselves on the first day.
sounds like a plan.
Much as I do want to just get started, perhaps we should have like a base of operations or something.
Yeah. Try and get a feel for the town, too.
Alvin is probably paying a lot more attention to his body and how he feels being where we are now. Like if
You don't notice anything weird.
How's everybody feeling? Fatigued after the train ride?
The women here have more traditional haircuts. Very prim dresses in most types. Some are wearing pants, though.
I found the train ride oddly relaxing, to be honest.
I like train.
I liked the experience. It was nice. Probably the calm before the storm.
Good reprieve after the plane.
Yeah.
And a gentleman with a broad spruce moustache, dark brown hair, wet slicked to his head, but what would obviously normally be a sidewards sweet cut. He is wearing a dark blue pea coat with a double row of buttons and a big police badge right there. He is carrying a straight truncheon, not one of those L-shaped modern ones. And as for it, he is wearing tall knee-high boots with the pants tucked into them. And he's like, Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Officer.
Hello, officer.
My name is Constable Wilcox. sorry, sir?
No, nothing, sorry, just allergies.
Of course, sir. I do hope you will forgive my presumption, but I notice that you are all out-of-towners, judging from your appearance and look of general wonderment at the fine city of Arkham, ancient and storied. And I thought I would avail myself of the opportunity, if you would not mind, to inquire as to your business here in our lovely city, and perhaps therefore on I could be of service.
We're DMV.
Oh, government employees. Yes, got to keep up on those vehicle registrations. After all, it is becoming entirely too popular motoring around the town above 20.
Yeah.
That ain't right.
Scandalous.
Indeed, indeed. Well, it is no beyond time you shall have arrived. Might I inquire where you have your lodgings?
We were looking at the hangman here. We just got into town. And, as you noticed, and
I'm sure that is a fine choice.
if you have any other recommendations.
Well, that would entirely depend as to your particular reasonings and your own particular wants and desires therein. What suits you best? I know you are out of town. Perhaps you would prefer something a little more modern, or perhaps you are a more traditionalist. What facilities in a hotel would you require for your stay?
We need enough rooms for all of us.
Of course, of course.
What about a house, maybe, for rent? I know in some places we could rent a nice small house.
Well, there are boarding houses. I don't know of anyone renting what doesn't already have a tenant, but I can put a word around if you wish.
What do you...
Well, we could always just spend one night here in the hotel for a start, and then look at other. Somewhere a little more central might be better too.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your names.
Roxanne Emery.
Alvin Clay, pleased to meet you, sir.
Of course, of course.
Derek Strong.
A fine name. Jennifer Jenkins. Indeed, madam, indeed. Nancine Ullman. Oh, indeed, it's very, very interesting. We haven't had too many Egyptian folks in the last 10 years. How? Neither of my What's your accent, madam? It's a little thin, but perhaps you've spent some time in America. Indeed. Dexter Midnight. Indeed, Dexter Midnight. An unusual name, but I'm sure that is not a mark against you, sir. It has been.
Bonnie Braxford.
Braxford.
Braxford, yes.
Bonnie Braxford.
Yes.
Pardon me. I mean no offence.
What do you mean?
It surely has no reflection on you. It is my fault indeed. No problems here. Well, certainly. I will make some inquiries as to that house you wished for, and leave word at the desk of yon hotel.
Thank you.
Indeed, indeed. Have a pleasant stay, and remember to observe the curfew.
What time would that be?
10 at night, until, of course, 4 in the morning.
Of course, very reasonable.
Indeed, indeed. We we wouldn't want anything to happen to our guests.
Thank you. Good day, officer. Well, good evening, I guess.
Indeed. A pleasant stay to you all, and welcome to Arkham City. Swinging his baton.
Nice enough, fella. Wasn't at all ominous until right at the end.
Interesting you picked up on your accent.
Indeed. Get Egyptians through here. That doesn't bode well.
Well-
Egyptians are up to no good.
I think he was perceiving things that he shouldn't have.
I was wondering that.
It was,
But I don't want to start dipping into paranoia about
I'm
certain...
not being paranoid. He, why would my last name?
It is.
Perhaps you accidentally changed to one that was of another disreputable.
Or he might have just been thrown by how similar it was to another name.
Anyway, can we get out of the rain, please?
Yes.
Exactly.
Currently, my forethought and planning is shielding 2 women and not me. I mean, if we could just snuggle in between them, that would be fine.
Such gentlemen.
Don't you have a girlfriend? I know.
Yeah, some of us get all of that.
You all head into the hotel. There's no one in the lobby at all.
Ding the bell, yeah.
Just a minute. A very, very thin, pale man in his early 30s, you would say. A slightly failed attempt to grow a beard. Sorry. Oh, out of towners. Hello.
Greetings.
My name's Wheatley. This is my my grandfather's hotel, the Hangman. It's named after the Hangman Hill, not because people get hanged here. That would be morbid.
Is that what the hill's named after?
People used to get hanged on the Hangman Hill.
Right, yes.
Yes.
Just wondering if you had lodgings for, was it 7 people?
Oh, 7. Yes, of course. You'll just sign the guest registry.
Look at the time at the, I assume there's a grandfather clock or something in the hall or something?
Yes.
What is the time?
The time is...
Since it's chiming, I'm guessing it's like 9 o'clock or something.
Could be 10.
According to that clock, it is something 30. Because it
Oh.
only has a minute hand.
Need to get your clock fixed.
Tradition, that.
Oh.
Well, you see, this being my grandfather's hotel, the Hangman, named after Hangman Hill, and of course our family line were Hangman, the Braxfords.
You don't say. You
Indeed.
just say looking at Bobby back to...
And the family motto is what man's final hour never comes till it's time. So he took the hour hand off the clock. And that way he said that his hour would never come.
How do you know
And
what
you know
time
he
it-
is still alive this day.
How do you know what time it is?
And there you have the problem.
Although I suppose if you listen to the bells...
We have our ways.
Anyway.
Generally, I've found what my life is when the sun comes up till the sun comes down, and then it's day or night.
Sign my name in the...
And how many? You want 7 separate rooms?
Plus 6.
Sure, that works.
So many outsiders of recent time.
One of them just reading the book.
She didn't look.
When I signed the plus 6, did I see any other names?
Yeah, you didn't look. You didn't say. Anyway. Well, you've got your pick of rooms. I'm afraid we're completely empty right now. So might I recommend the second story rooms? They have there's 2 bathrooms on that floor. Or perhaps if you want a nice view of the rail yard, the 4th floor rooms, they're all available, although there is only 1 bathroom on that level. I wouldn't recommend the ground floor rooms. The boiler's been making some noise lately and it might disturb your sleep. Oh, yes, we have piped hot water available up to the 4th floor. He acts like this is quite special.
It's amazing. It's very high end.
Well, the boiler was in place from when this used to be a tannery.
Oh, I see.
It's quite strong.
Have you had anyone to look at that boiler problem you were
We would need some more patrons to
Oh,
loosen
of
up
course,
enough.
of course.
And it's not much problem to us. It's just a bit noisy right now.
No, unless you wanted to offer to look at it for a discount.
I was thinking I could have a look at it for you, but
We would be grateful if you could effect any kind of repair.
we'll see what
And
happens.
that gratitude would be reflected in the cost of the services provided.
tomorrow. Of course. Bit late
Of
tonight.
course, you can't go down there at night.
No, of course not.
Now, we provide one candle per room. If you want any more than that, you will have to purchase your own.
One is probably enough, at least for our first night's stay.
I've generally found that they burn for about 8 hours, so that's good.
I'll take a candle. I think I'll have a 4th room floor.
Of course. Here you go, madam.
Thank you.
Now, we don't provide any additional security, but we have never actually had any burglaries or any other kind of crime inside the hotel, so you should be fairly safe. But I would still lock your door and maybe put the catch on just in case.
Thanks for the advice.
Of course, of course. I wouldn't want some tradition to suddenly break on my watch.
Of course not.
Madam?
3rd floor, please.
Certainly. There we are. And, madam? 4th floor. Yeah, 4th floor. I will also go on the 4th floor. Yes, certainly. And that would be all but one of the 4th floor rooms. Sir?
Oh, I'll take a 3rd room floor.
Yeah. Certainly, absolutely. Very good. That's both of the ones with the windows facing out onto the streets. The view is still quite good, and you can really hear the clocks from those 4 rooms. Could I have one on the 2nd floor, please? So towards the back of the building, please, away from the street noise. Ah, quiet man, indeed. Thank you very much. I'm number 2.
I'll take 2nd floor as well. By the front, if you don't mind.
Certainly, sir. There you go.
Alright.
Can I help you with your bags up to the room?
I got my own. Thank you, though.
Are you sure, madam?
Mm-hmm.
Very well. I have little to carry. I'm afraid mine is filled with delicate scientific equipment. I will take care of it. Plus, I have Mr. Strong here. Of course, of course. Now, if you need anything, it's the bell on the desk here.
Of course.
Well, do any of you require a wake-up call?
I was about to ask if you do a wake-up service.
Of course.
6 in the morning, if that's all right.
I'll try to get it as close to that as possible without a clock.
Thank you.
Fair enough. I think we can understand.
Very good, very good. Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy and wise, and I'm sure a woman as well.
I'd like to hope so.
Benjamin Franklin said that, you know.
Oh, do you have matches for the candles? You know what?
There is a tinderbox on the side table of each room.
Excellent.
But of course, I will show you to your rooms with my lantern. Otherwise, you will find it quite difficult to find the way without any light of your own.
Of course.
Follow me, please. He limps out from behind the thing and limps off towards the stairs.
Follow.
Follow.
We'll show you to each of your rooms.
Yeah, help carry Jen's luggage up to the...
Thank you, Alvin. You're such a treasure in these dark times.
You're welcome. Don't want to damage any of the precious scientific government equipment.
A tinderbox, how does one
With end.
tind?
With perseverance.
Yeah, I don't know how to use that either.
Oh, it's quite simple. The box contains a tinder. You would put it beside, and take the steel and strike it against the rough side of the box until the spark ignites the tinder, and then you use it to light the object
I was going
inside.
to say, with tinder you just swap right, got it.
Indeed. That is in fact like the whole thing. Now, of course, we haven't vouchsafed with the new waxed matches or strikers, but if you wish, you'd have plenty to purchase in town. We do not ban them in this facility. And there's a water bucket in each room in the corner beside the window. Just in case of fire or anything, that bucket is filled with water. The bathrooms have running warm water in them, and there is an outhouse behind the hotel if you wish to take part in the ablutions.
How
And
does
the
that?
lantern is lit in the back all night.
And it's okay to go out with the curfew, just for the bathroom.
Oh, it is a fenced yard.
Oh, okay, okay.
We're quite compliant with all of the ordinances and strictures and rules and, of course, customs and rights of the town.
Good, good.
I'll bid you good evening. Again, bell if you need anything.
I'm sure you need
Oh,
to get back to sleep.
Question, where would I find a list of these town rules, since we are newcomers? It would be good to know.
Oh, the Chamber of Commerce or the City Council building. Good. I did have some, but I can't remember where I put them. I'll try to find them for you.
Much obliged.
Over the night. Thank you very much. If there's anything else,
No, I think we'll all be set to get a good night's sleep.
very good. Thank you. And welcome to the hangman. May your rest be eternal. Damn it, What a nice fellow.
Yeah,
Well, I'm going to sleep.
fair enough.
And so, our group of intrepid investigators proceeded to their comfortable, very normal, non-threatening beds.
Derek choosing not to sleep for a few hours, so he might go and commit a mischief.
All right, we'll deal with the mischief.
Unless we wanted to end it there, and it
Rock-
could be done for next session.
No. Next session starts with you waking up.
Oh, okay.
Roxanne's probably piling as many spare blankets on top, because compared to Nevada, this place
This is
gonna be
cold.
Yeah. I wish to. I will have to light my candle for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
You know the deal with the fucking flint.
it's a bit longer. We never used one before.
Yeah. My goal is to sneak back down to where he kept the
Ledger.
book, the ledger,
Mm-hmm.
because he said that they were having more outsiders recently, and I thought maybe Hatboy stayed here.
Mm.
So I wish to go check for his name.
And, you go down and you don't see a ledger.
But I remember that's where he put it.
Mm-hmm.
It's hidden away.
Oh, hello. Can I help you?
Oh, sorry, I just get nervous in new places, just going for a walk.
Oh, of course, so long as you stay inside.
Yeah, curfew and all that. How come there is a curfew?
Oh, there was far too many murders tonight.
Oh,
Horrible things, really.
common
But-
occurrence, or
Quite common. That's why the curfew. But then again, people really shouldn't be walking around when they oughtn't be.
you know, I've always thought that myself.
Very prudent.
I'm gonna go back to bed, and maybe I can pace the room or something till I fall asleep.
Of course. If you need a pacing mat, I've got some.
If we're staying more than the one night,
So, well, certainly. Good night, good sir.
good night.
Sleep well. May you wake.
That's the hope. It's an evil genius, that man.
And so our intrepid explorers head off to their comfortable, very ordinary, normal beds in their nice, secure, safe rooms.
That's made very clear. No crimes have happened in these rooms.
That we lock the doors and windows to.
Indeed. Windows securely fastened, drapes tightly pulled, snuggly blankets piled up on their
If I
beds.
have windows, Alvin's actually going to be sitting and watching out the windows for...
Sitting in his window, looking out into the darkened streets, and he hears the clock chime 10, and he sees the last of the people disappear into tightly shuttered doors, and one by one the lights in the windows go out. The policemen, they gather in the centre of the street and march down it towards the police station, checking left and right for any miscreants that might be up. Soon only the street lanterns are lit, and the town passes into slumber and quiet. Comfy, warm bed.
I do have one question. Are these got door knobs or handles?
Handles.
You want to do a door wedging?
All I was gonna do is place a very small one of my bits of gravel on the top of the door handle, so that if anybody tries to move that, it'll hit the hard
Hardwood floors.
and will wake me up.
Alright, that's pretty clever. Just give me a dexterity roll, just to balance that on there. Just get better than 10.
Oh yeah, I've rolled a 15.
Oh, there you go. Yes, you do that. And so, most of them go off to bed. They snuggle on into the soft mattress and go to sleep.
I was born depressed and I end up in one big mess and trip around it, trip around it. I was born jaded, I lift one finger up to display it and trip around it, trip around it, trip around it, trip around it. Born different, born innocent, born perfect. Not like you, I'm a born lover, born living, and I know I'm not like you. I was born clever, born knowledgeable, born better than your best. I swear I'm a born killer, born thriller. I was born depressed and up